Hi everybody, welcome back to Jason's Morning Mojo. So today, what I want to talk about is influence, or influencing others. You know, throughout our life, we're going to have opportunities where we're going to be able to influence some people in a very important way. But there's kind of two rules that we think about during influence, or about influence. One is the people that we influence that we don't even know we're influencing. That's why we keep our bar high, right? We always try to think of our actions when we're in public, at work, at home, no matter what. We want people to view us as at least they're trying to do the right thing. We always want to leave that mark and always raise that bar a little bit so that we can try to achieve those things and be the better person, right? And that can be very important. The one thing I do want to stress here, though, is there's always times to cut loose and let loose. So you can't be the perfect person at all times. That's ludicrous. No one is really like that. And that's just not realistic. We have to have those opportunities to just, cut loose and be ourselves, and it's okay. But more importantly, the people that we know we're influencing, this is real critical. This is the part where we don't want to impose on those that are being influenced by us our fears. We talk about fear, false evidence appearing real, as an acronym, right? I may fear driving a car. It's so dangerous, it's awful, it's scary, there's no telling what's going to happen. Well, that all could be accurate, but at the same time, I don't want to pass that on to my daughter when I'm teaching her how to drive. That would be crazy. Now I'm imposing that fear on her, and now she has that fear without even having the experience yet. That can be very dangerous. Don't want to do that. But try to remember this. When we think about ourselves, and I've talked about this a million times over, when we think about ourselves, we need to think highly of ourselves. We'll never rise above the area that we think of ourselves as, if that makes sense. If you consider yourself to be just average, I'm just average, it's just how it is, well, you'll never rise above that. You've got to have that vision to say, I am better, and I'm going to be better. I can always improve, but you know what? I'm made the way I am for a specific reason. And I'm going to try and help others to better themselves. And in turn, I too can better myself. That's what I try to do each and every week with you guys, right? I'm always learning. It's always fun. And it's always great to be pliable and be able to adjust and make myself better. But those that I influence, I want to make sure that I pass a good message to them. It's so very important, right? A couple of things you want to keep in mind when you're doing influence, right? You can't help everybody. It's challenging. We always want to, and every time we see situations on television or out in public, we all think about extending that hand, and there's nothing wrong with it. And if you can, do so. That's great. Very rewarding. I personally love to do those kind of things. But it can't be everybody, so we can't help everybody, but we can help someone. And that's where it all starts, isn't it? It has to start with someone, something. Do one thing turns to two, turns to four, and it begins to multiply. So you can see where this is going, right? And we can't do everything. You just can't. You can't do everything. It's very difficult. You probably know people like that always try to be involved in everything, and they're such a busybody that it becomes difficult to focus on those things that are very important, or to give that extra time to some of those that actually really need it, because we're spread so thin. So try to keep that in mind. You can't help everyone, but you can help someone. And you can't do everything, but you can do something. So what I'm going to encourage all of you to do today is do something. Help someone. Really put that effort out. Give yourself that chance this week to be able to reach out, help somebody, really make a difference. Remember, it's not just for them that you're doing this. This is for you. This creates a great habit. It creates a great atmosphere, and you then begin to start looking for more and more opportunities to help others. So thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you again real soon.